Is the Benchmade 940 the best folding knife of all time? The 940 Osborne has been around since Blade Show 2000 in Atlanta. The design is now considered old and outdated by many people, but nothing could be further from the truth. The design is pure genius. Let's take a look at some of the attributes that make it so good. First, the knife is very slim. When you have this in your pocket, your hand can slide down right beside the knife and easily get to items that are sitting deeper in the pocket. That is a great attribute of a knife. A lot of knives are really wide, and then it makes it difficult to get to other items that happen to be in your pocket. Second is the blade to handle ratio. They really nailed it on this one. That blade is just about the same length as the handle. Which brings us into the third thing that's great about this knife. There's no wasted blade length. I got this knife around 2012, and at that time we still had a 3.5-inch blade law in effect here in West Virginia. Now there is no law, so it doesn't matter anymore. Blade length was measured from handle to the tip of the blade. Now, most knives either have a really big choil in here or they have a lot of wasted area. This sharpened edge goes right even with the beginning of the handle. You get the maximum amount of blade available. So if you still have a 3.5-inch blade law, this comes in just a hair under, like 3.4, 3.45 inches. So there's no question that this knife will meet the blade law. And you get the maximum sharpened edge that you can get for that blade length. Fourth is that these are a lightweight knife. This is probably the heaviest one I have. It comes in at 2.8 ounces. These ones in carbon fiber come in at 2.3 ounces. So like I said, not only are these knives slim and easy to carry, but they are so lightweight you don't even feel them in your pocket. Number 5 is the reverse Tanto tip. Take a look at how stout that tip is. You can do real work with this knife and you don't have to worry about breaking that tip. It is such a good design. I'm going to say that this knife has one of the most useful tips ever put on a folding knife. That tip can be used for light prying. The reverse Tanto can even be used as a screwdriver in an emergency. The central tip is great for bushcrafting. You can use it to drill holes. You can use this for carving, for whittling. This tip also lets you get low angle cuts for utility. For example, a lot of knives you have to crank the knife up straight in the air, which leads to a lot of instability. But with the 940, on a much lower angle, you have access to that tip. It's great for opening packages, for skinning wire. There's all kinds of tasks. Think of anything that you would do with a razor blade. You can do all that kind of stuff with a tip like this. Number 10, and I know I'm going to get some flack on this. The knife is a good slicer. Maybe not exactly how it comes out of the box. You have to lower the edge angle. The edge angle comes too steep. This one is at 15 degrees per side, and you can see that bevel is bigger than the factory bevel. In the past, I've taken one of these, an S30V, and taken it down to 11 degrees per side, then using Spyderco Sharpmaker ceramic rods, put a micro bevel on it of 15 degrees per side. What that does is that gives you a really slicey blade because you're thinning it out in here, and that micro bevel gives you an edge that is very durable. The other thing that is good about it is it makes it super quick to touch up. Because when you do a micro bevel, you're only hitting just a very almost microscopic amount at the edge. So the sharpening is so fast. I carried a Benchmade 940 and S30V at 11 degrees per side with the 15 degree micro bevel for over a year. All I ever had to do to it is once every month to 6 weeks is a half a dozen licks on ceramic rods. That's all it took to keep the knife razor sharp, and it always held a really great toothy edge. And that lower edge angle really improves the slicing ability of this knife. And with the micro bevel, you keep the durability. That is the perfect combination for a knife like this. I'm probably going to take this one down to about 13 DPS and then put the 15 DPS micro bevel on it. That's going to be my next step with this knife. Number 11, these knives have superb action. They're just so easy to manipulate in any way you want. You can spidey flick them. They're just fun to play with. 12, they have a very strong and dependable lock. I do have one more comment about durability, and that relates to the Omega springs. My best guess is I bought this knife in 2012. This knife has seen between 4 and 5 years of pocket carry. Back then, I didn't collect many knives. I just got knives that I used, and I carried the same knife for a long time. This knife is on its second blade. I did some part swaps between different knives, so this no longer has the original blade. This is still an S30V, but all the other parts in this knife are original, well, except for the pocket clip. It still has the original Omega springs in it. And out of all the Benchmade knives I've ever had, and I still have quite a few of them, I have never had an issue with an Omega spring. Not once has one ever broke on me or given me any trouble. I don't know what people are doing to their knives. I carry and I use my knives a lot. These are tough. They hold up. It's a non-issue as far as I'm concerned. If you're worried about it, you go buy an extra set of Omega springs and keep them on hand. I do have some extra ones on hand myself because I've done some work on these knives and bought parts knives and done swapping and made different things out of them. But as far as I'm concerned, all the issues that people parrot about the Omega springs don't exist. I haven't seen it. I've never broken one. I don't know anybody that has and uses Benchmades that has broken them either. So let me know down below in the comments what your experience has been with the Omega springs on the locks on these knives. Number 13, like I just showed, they're very fidgetable. These knives are also ambidextrous. I can take this in my left hand and manipulate it just fine. The 940 carries easily in anything from suit pants to shorts to jeans or BDUs. This knife is never in the way. The slimness, the lightweight, the overall form factor, it's just perfect. There are premium steels available, including MagnaCut and S90V. This particular one is an S90V, one of my favorite steels. This steel will hold an edge quite a bit longer than MagnaCut or S30V, and this one here is a custom that I made in M4. You also have a large variety of handle materials and aftermarket parts. These are Ultem scales that I put on. There's a Benchmade custom shop where you can get a knife built to your specs. These will last a lifetime and have a great warranty, and they have a Life Sharp service. These are great for work or play. It will do whatever you ask of it. Just use some common sense. Don't try and baton a 6-inch log with a knife like this. This is a custom that I made out of 3 different knives. I had some parts knives, and I was able to swap some things around, get some replacement hardware, and I put all 3 knives together, and I sold 2 of them, and I kept this. This is what I made out of the 3. It's a black M4 blade, carbon fiber scales, all blue titanium hardware. I just absolutely love this knife. This has to be my favorite Benchmade. And an M4 holds a great edge, and it is very tough. The Benchmade 940 Osborne is a classic. So what's not to like? Well, except for the butterfly tax. Benchmade in recent years has priced themselves out of the game, in my opinion. When I bought this green 940, I paid under $130 for this. It was somewhere between $125, $129, right in that price range. All these other ones I bought used, and I bought parts knives, and I made my own, did a little regrinding on some blades, put some together, sold some, and these are the ones that I ended up keeping. I think this is the way to buy Benchmades today. Let me know down in the comments if you have any Benchmade 940s, what you think of them, what has your experience been, or do you have another knife in mind that beats out the 940 in all of the categories that I have talked about in this video. This knife is a class act, and it is a tough one to beat.